Well, might be another video game. What a great ending, though. Such a great ending. What a great game. I'm gonna play it again. Let me just got my card here. Hey guys, what's up? It's X47 here, and I'm back with another top 5 review video and some information actually. Sadly for my Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the game froze, so it's not really working for me, so that's gonna be on a pause for a little bit. I don't know how long. It kind of sucks because I was really enjoying the game, but so Assassin's Creed Syndicate's on a hold for now. I mean, you can still watch other episodes, so go ahead and check them out. So I figured I'd put out this video for you guys to at least watch and enjoy. And this one was, I've been wanting to do this one for a while now, and it's really cool, and like I really like this one. I like this idea, so hopefully you guys like them too. And this is gonna be for my top 5 favorite video game endings, with a couple of honor mentions too. So let's get started, shall we? Alright, so let's get started with my top 5 video game endings. And we're gonna start at number 5 as usual. And this one, I must give a warning, there might be spoilers for all the ones I'm gonna talk about today or in this video. So there might be some spoilers. But number 5, if you've beaten this game, let alone gone even halfway through it, I applaud you. I've beaten the whole thing myself, and it is one of the hardest games I played when I was a child. It is one of the hardest games out there, and it is the sequel to Jak and Daxter, Jak 2. Jak 2 was a extremely hard game, but when I finally beat and I finally got the ending, it blew me away. You know, it was a great game, very hard game, challenging game, but it had one of the coolest endings. My nose is all stuffy. It had one of the coolest endings for me in a way in video game history. I love the ending for Jak 2. Basically what happens is, it's an old game, I'm going to talk about the ending. Basically what happens in Jak 2 is at the beginning of the game you meet this little boy who's said to be like a king or like a prince or something like that, some royalty high up. And it turns out that little boy is actually Jak, which is you. So Jak is actually was from the future and sent back into the past. It's just crazy. It's mind-blowing. So Jak talks to his younger self and says, hey, don't forget your 10th birthday, be careful on a trip on some kind of planet or something. And my nose is terrible. So Jak 2 blew me away, that ending. I loved it. Definitely a great ending. Great game. It was freaking hard though. Again, number 4 is a pretty cool one too. It was actually one of the last one of the series until they made the 7th one or something like that. But it's a long video game series, one of my favorite video game series, and it's the 3rd one out of all of them. And this one has such an amazing ending. First off, amazing storyline, and then the way they end the storyline was beyond incredible. So number 4 is God of War 3, the 3rd God of War game, and this one was wow, I was just blown away. It made me feel so much better about how everything ended with Kratos. Pretty much after you beat Zeus, Kratos takes the blade and he acts like he's gonna kill Athena, or ghost Athena I should say, and instead he stabs himself all the way through, killing himself. But not only does he just kill himself, he releases what the power Athena put in Pandora's box was, which took me a while to understand what it was, but I finally understood it. She put in the power of hope, which was inside of Kratos. So Kratos stabbed himself, releasing that hope onto the world, onto the lands. So it's kind of a way of saying Kratos gave everyone hope, which was incredibly awesome. I love the sacrifice. I love it all. And there's even a spoiler at the end of the credits where it showed a little blood trail, as if Kratos was crawling towards the edge of the cliff and either fell off the cliff or he was taken away somewhere, hinting that there was going to be another God of War. But that ship sailed. There's probably not going to be any more God of Wars. But great ending, great game too. Okay, the next one. this one's another part of another series. A fourth one's actually coming out fairly recently, but out of all of them, this was probably my least favorite one out of all three games, but it had my favorite ending out of all of them. This one's Uncharted 3. So the Uncharted storyline's an amazing storyline with Nathan Drake, probably my favorite video game character. Actually, he is. If you go to my top 5 video game characters, you can go check that out. Uncharted 3 had one hell of an ending. But Uncharted 3 wasn't my favorite game. It wasn't my favorite Uncharted game. It was a good one. It was great, but out of the other two, I liked the other two more than like the third one, which was kind of disappointing. But the ending was amazing. It was so beautiful, actually. So very much, they finally beat the bad guy, and they go and they're like getting ready to leave the place that they're at. I don't remember where it was, and they're carrying bags to the plane, and Sully and Nathan have a real heart-to-heart moment. Nathan lost the ring, his Sir Francis Drake ring, but Sully gives him his wedding band, which is his wedding ring, and he gives it back to him. And then Nathan goes back to Elena, who just happens to be there, but she's really actually leaving with them. And he pulls out the ring and shows it to her, and they have this huge loving embrace, and it's amazing. It's kind of him telling her that I'm ready to move on my life with you. It was a good, solid end, but now they're making a fourth one, so obviously there's gonna be a bigger ending to the whole franchise. So I can't wait for that to come out. All right, number 2 coming up is another great game, another amazing game, another amazing series of mine. With another amazing ending. It was definitely better than the first. I didn't like the first ending, the game's first ending. It was, oh my god, it made me sad. This one was so uplifting. It was so, just amazing to me. So this one is none other than Kingdom Hearts 2. This is the Kingdom Hearts 2 ending, where Sora and Riku get stuck in the realm of darkness after beating the bad guy. I believe Zane or Xemnas. Xemnas, yeah. They beat Xemnas, and after finally beating Xemnas, they get put into the realm of darkness. Sora finds a bottle with a letter in it, and that letter was written by Kairi. Now, I used to remember the whole letter by heart, but I can't really remember it. I'm not going to say it anyway, but you go ahead and check it out. It's a great letter. It has a lot of great, great lessons, I guess I would say. So I used to remember the whole thing by heart. Can't really think of it now. I know how it starts. It starts like, thinking of you wherever you are. That's all I remember. That's the only part I remember. It's been so long since I've seen it or read it, but that's a great game, great ending, one of my favorite endings. Along with the after credit scene where it shows Sora getting a letter from King Mickey revealing the next game coming out, and that's gonna be Kingdom Hearts 3. So I really can't wait till that comes out. It's so awesome. But before we get to number 1, let's get on to some honorable mentions, shall we? Alright, it's kind of like a thing for me doing honorable mentions. This time I got 3 honorable mentions. So the first one might be a little bit of a surprise to you guys. My first honorable mention is The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us is probably, most likely, my favorite video game I've ever played in my life. It was made by Naughty Dog, same people that made Uncharted. However, the ending wasn't there for me. I'm still giving an honorable mention, not only because it's a great game, but it has a pretty good ending too. It just wasn't there for me though. I was expecting something else to happen. I mean, the ending was fantastic and everything, but I don't know, I didn't care for it that much, I don't know, it's missing something. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I can't answer like what they're missing exactly, but it just wasn't there for me. So, but it's an honorable mention because it was still a really good ending to an amazing game. Actually probably a really great ending to an amazing game. The next honorable mention is featured in my top 5 childhood video games, and it's Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoon. So Sly Cooper 1. Sly Cooper 1 had one of these amazing endings. The other endings didn't really care. I didn't care for them that much. I mean, the second one was alright, I guess. The third one was epic. Like I loved the third one, but it wasn't. I don't know. It kind of made me mad actually. And then Thieves Against Thieves of Time, or I think it's whatever it's called, Thieves of Time, I want to say, or Time Thieves, whatever. That ending was not there at all. It's just leaving a cliffhanger. However, it does leak that there's going to be a 5th game coming out, so I can't wait for that. But Sly Cooper 1 gets it, and it gets it because at the end, after being Clockwork, Carmelita is there at the bridge, Sly Cooper, gunpoint, and Sly Cooper says, or she says, I'm going to give you a countdown to 10, I think 10. I'm going to give you a countdown to 10 to escape. I'm going to give you a 10-second head start. And they just stand there on the bridge. Counts down 1 or a 5-second head start. I don't know, something like that. He goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then he kisses her. And it's not even like an actual ending. Well, it's an ending, but it's like a cartoon. It's not even a cartoon. It's a comic book strip of it happening. But while he's kissing her, he handcuffs her to the bridge and leaves her stranded there on the island of Clockwork. So that was pretty freaking epic. I love that ending. You know, I laugh every time I see it. It was a really good ending. You know, it proves it just shows what kind of person Sly is. You know, he really has deep feelings for Carmelita, yet he's still a thief. You know, he's still that kind of character, which is awesome. So Sly Cooper 1, you definitely get it. The last honorable mention is a game that didn't get that much praise, and I was really hoping they're making a second one, because when this came out, I got it right away, and it was one of my favorite games, absolutely favorite games. You guys might remember, you guys might not, but this is Bulletstorm. You guys remember Bulletstorm? The game where you just kill things, kill people, but you get points for killing them in certain ways, like shooting them in places that shouldn't be shot, or impaling them on stuff they shouldn't be impaled on, or blowing their heads up, or controlling a sniper rifle bullet, a sniper rifle bullet, not the gun, but the bullet too. Like, anyway, Bulletstorm got a pretty good ending. It was an ending where they take away all your guns, so you work so hard to get all these guns, but it's an epic race all the way to the pod. And you get into the pod, and it shows like the planet erupting, and you're just in the pod with your friend, and you're thinking, and the gamer yourself is thinking, oh my god, there's got to be a second one coming out. As of now, Bulletstorm 2 is not even a thing. It's not even in rumors, sadly. But Bulletstorm had an amazing ending. I absolutely loved the Bulletstorm ending. Loved Bulletstorm, period. So, that's my honorable mentions. Let's get on to number 1. Okay, number 1. You know, this is probably my favorite ending of any pop culture thing in total. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I get really emotional with this one, and it's one of my favorite games too. It was actually my first PlayStation 4 game I had, and I really want to get it back because I traded in so I can get something else that was coming out. But number 1 is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Now, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it had one of the most remarkable endings I've ever seen. It made me feel so human. It made me feel every emotion I've ever felt that a human being can feel. That it just broke the borderline of how amazing it was. It starts off with you're talking with your buddies and you're saying like, oh, I'm gonna go take care of some things, but I'll be back to finish the job. And then this another friend of his starts singing a song. One of my favorite songs actually is "The Parting Glass," and multiple people have sung it on there, or have sung that song. And while he's singing the song, on the table is just a bunch of like pirates. But through the main character's eye, Edward, he sees his old friends that have died protecting him, that have died for the right cause. They have died for the assassin cause. They have died for a very good reason and a very good cause. And it was all because of Edward that they died. And it's really reflecting him, and he wants to just give up this assassin life. So it's really amazing. He proceeds to walk down, picks a flower, walk into this boat. And I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna get on the boat and he's gonna leave and he's gonna maybe drop the flower off. No, his freaking kid walks off the plank board to get onto the wharf with him. His daughter comes out. It is, oh my god, it's amazing. It's so touching. The daughter comes out, and then he says, he doesn't really say anything, but you can tell that he's finally gonna be there for his daughter. So it's really amazing. Not only that, but after the credits, it shows the theater at the start of Assassin's Creed 3, and Edward Kenway is there with his daughter, but there's another child there, another son by the name of, oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Well, it's the bad guy. It's pretty much the Templar, Connor's dad from Assassin's Creed 3, pretty much. So that's what it is. Anyway, so those are my endings. Great endings. Go ahead, check them out, look them up. Again, there were some spoilers, so but you already watched the video. We're at the end here. So again, with the whole Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I don't know what's going on with it. I can't really fix it, but hopefully I can get it back up and running. But this is X147, and with another top 5 review video. This is probably one of my favorite ones to talk about, and hope you guys are having a wonderful day, wonderful life. And this is your old buddy pal X147. Go ahead and comment some ideas if you want some ideas. Of course, subscribe down there. I think down here, anywhere. Subscribe and give a like if you like the video. And I'll see you guys next time. Wabam!